Come over to say hi, Kaiba. Yo, humans! Oh, I should really turn off my own camera when I do that. Hey, yo, humans! It is me, Kaiba! How are you? I am good. I gotta say, when Daddy got home from work, and I tired myself out again. So now I'm laying down. I also had some tweets. They were good. I like it when Daddy comes home from work. He says I do a good job for protecting the house. I don't really know if I do anything, but I am happy. Nonetheless, to get the tweets. That's the important part. Tweets and the love. Hope the humans are enjoying my videos. Daddy says he's going to put out another video tomorrow of me. He's just very tired today. And he's got to go take that car in to get fixed. I'm not really happy about that. Because he says I have to stay here. Because it's too hot. But he says he's going to stay home with me tomorrow for work. So that's a bonus. Pretty happy about that part. Anyways, that's all I got. Daddy, you can take the camera off me now. You got stuff to do. Yes, Kaiba. Yes, buddy. I will get to my stuff. Now it's me. So yeah, I kind of spoiled that I do the voice for Kaiba. Of course I do the voice for Kaiba. I don't have the technological skills to make him a voice yet. Maybe someday I will. And if I do, he'll get his own voice and it'll be cool. But in the meantime, in between time, we're not here for that. It is Thursday, and that means we are here for new set versus old set. So, last round, I put up a poll for you guys last week to determine who was the winner. And as far as I know, as of the last check, which I forgot to check right before I made this video, but as of checking last night before I went to bed, there was only one vote, and it was for a tie, which is what I felt was the best option too. So right now, each set has 1 point, and it is a 1-1 series heading into round two. Question being, can either one of them take a lead now, or will we keep going in this pattern? I mean, they could be fairly even sets throughout the entire series. That would be interesting. Um, I will note Foundations does have the two-card advantage, of course, being a new set, and a lot of the older sets only having 12, or the really, really old sets having 15, which is kind of interesting. So when we get to the really, really old sets, they might be interesting to see how they compare with the new sets. But for now, in this series, it will be important to keep track of that extra two cards to make sure that the debate as to which pack wins is evenly evaluated. That's the word I wanted to look for. I was gonna go with refereed, but I'm not really refereeing per se. Anyways, I'm just trying to decide which way I want the coin. I think I want to like that. Actually, pointing down. So since it was a tie, I think I opened Lord of the Rings last time first, so I'll open Foundations first this time. And we will see which pack comes out on top. Hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. Um, I'm doing all right. It hasn't been the best week, personally, because just a couple things at work not going super well, but I don't want to keep ragging on to you guys about that. I already mentioned it on Tuesday. The important thing is to just keep powering through, and I powered through until the end of today. And because my car is going to be in the shop tomorrow, I'm just not going to bother probably going into work. I mean, the only way I would go in is by cab, and it would cost me 2 hours pay to go in for potentially only 3 hours work, possibly four if I get lucky. So I just figured I might as well take the sick day. And that means I get to spend some extra time with Kevin this weekend, which is nice. Plus, gives me an extra day to tidy up the house a little bit more for when my dad comes back, which is probably going to be next week, I imagine. So I want to make sure that things are in proper order. Onto the pack. We have. Ooh, is that a dinosaur? No, I think it's a dragon. Yeah, it's a dragon. I was holding it upside down. It's gonna hate though. If you hold it upside down, it kind of looks like the cloud forms into like a dinosaur shape, almost. But it's definitely a dragon. It's a pretty cool dragon. Maybe that dragon will be in the pack. We start with a Dazzling Angel. 2 and a white for a 2/3 flying. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life. That is an awesome card to pull. Definitely top card worthy. Sower of Chaos, 3 and a red for a 4/3, and you have to pay 2 and a red to make target creature can't block this turn. It's a mid version of a card if I've ever seen one. Burglar Rat, when it enters, each opponent discards a card. It's not a terrible card by any means, but I've got a bunch of them already, so I'm going to mid that one. With the Curious Stomper, I really should probably put that mid, and I know my bias with elephants is going to want me to go to the top, but I do have a bunch of copies of this one already. It's a decent pull for sure, though. 4/4 for 4 and 2 green that gives you also that also has vigilance and gives you either 2+1/+1 counters on a creature you control, or you get 4 life when it comes into play. Either way, you know what? I'm gonna put a top with them. Big Fin Bouncer. 3 and a blue for 3/2. When this creature enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Gleaming Barrier. 2 for wall. 0/4 defender. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. It's not terrible. I mean, that's definitely at least going to be useful in my wall deck. And I mean, a treasure token's always nice. I'm gonna put that top. Witness Protection is a really funny one. I like this one actually. Um, but my favorite one still by far is either Eaten by Piranhas or Trapped in the Moon. Both those are pretty good. But Witness Protection is funny. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green white citizen creature with base power toughness 1/1 named Legitimate Business Person. Please don't look at me the wrong way. I'm not a criminal. I'm a legitimate business person. I mean, it only costs 1 to put into play, but the ones that I like best have flash, I believe, so I'm gonna mid that. Eh, yeah, I'm gonna top it. What the hell? Flavor. Battle Song Berserker. 3 and a red, 3/4. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and menace until end of turn. It sounds like this has to attack. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's just do what we should probably do. I'm just going to switch these. That's probably the better one to go top. This one is just funny. Inspiring Call. 2 and a green. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. That's a hit. That is a huge hit for green. That one's worth a little bit. Still, see, Imprison in the Moon. Oh, it doesn't have flash though. Pardon me. I thought this one definitely had flash. I think the skeleton one does. But apparently Imprison in the Moon doesn't. But I actually like Imprison. Wow, actually Imprison in the Moon costs 3 to put into play. I didn't realize that. You know what? This is actually better than Imprison in the Moon. Is it? Mm, I'm gonna put both mid. Empyrean Eagle. 1 and a white and a blue, 2/3 flying. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. We've pulled that before, but it's an excellent card to have an extra copy of. Ooh, Authority of the Councils. This is our hit for the pack, it looks like. Creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Whenever a creature an opponent controls enters. Wow, yeah, okay, that's insane. It only costs 1 to put into play. That is definitely the hit of the pack. Giant growth, you are nice, you're shiny, but you're just going to go down there, and we get a plains. No, this is definitely the hit of the pack. These two are floating because I can't decide. But ultimately, that's definitely the hit of the pack. So, I mean, we got a decent pack out of that one for sure. Is it going to be the best pack? I don't know. I think Lord of the Rings has a pretty good shot of topping it. Lord of the Rings definitely have the tendency to give you, knock on some wood, a couple pack, a couple of legendaries per pack at least, usually. So but that is a solid freaking enchantment. That's definitely going to be giving this pack a run for its money. Question is, can it pull off at least? If there are at least two really good hits in this pack of the Lord of the Rings, they probably will eke out, sorry, the the oh my goodness, Foundations pack. You can tell that I didn't get a lot of sleep because I would say these two are the best hits in this pack for sure. The Angel is decent too, and then the rest are okay. I would say these are the three cards that you have to beat. That Angel, because it gives you a life every time a creature comes into play under your control. This one, because it saves all your creatures that have +1/+1 counters, and that one because it just messes with the opponent's board and gives you life. So I would say between those three things, those are the cards to beat. The question is, can Lord of the Rings give us something that will beat them handily? We got a really nice art card with the magic symbol on the bottom here. I'm assuming this must be a land, maybe, but it could be something else. It's not signed, clearly. What is it? The Dead Marshes. The Dead Marshes could be a land, in theory. I definitely like the art. Always a fan of art cards. Definitely disappointed that they're getting rid of art cards. Did I have to do a pack trick for Lord of the Rings? I can't remember. Hopefully not. Sharky's Tithe. I do not usually do these magic mini games, but I will look at this one just because it has something to do with Lord of the Rings. Sharky and his ruffians have taken over the Shire and are tithing you and the other hobbits of Hobbitown. Try to hold on to your valuable heirlooms without losing them to these extorters. Hmm. I mean, the premise is interesting, but I still won't play it. Ooh, our hollow for the pack is now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. The ring tempts you. Definitely a hit. Ooh, we got the Mithril Coat. I've never pulled this one before. Flash indestructible. When this thing enters the battlefield, attach it to a legendary creature you control. Equip creature is indestructible. Nice. Equip 3. This is a huge hit, guys. And I definitely was supposed to do a pack trick and I forgot. I apologize. Very sleepy. Ooh, we got a Gothmog. Gothmog is awesome because of his abilities. In the lore, he's not great, but I mean, I love the fact that we first off got another full art. I only had one full art version of him before, so now having a second one is pretty solid. I can switch out one of the other ones in a different deck for him. And what he does is he gives you a Mass Orcs 1 when he enters, and all your creature tokens have Death Touch, which is awesome for any deck that focuses on creature tokens. So I'm really happy with that. Rise of the Witch King is definitely a solid card too. Two, a black and a green. Each player sacrifices a creature. If you sacrifice a creature this way, you can return any permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield, except for the one, of course, that you sacrificed. Pretty solid card for getting stuff out of your graveyard. Voracious Fell Beast is the first card that I'm not really super keen on. Flying, when it enters, you get each opponent sacrifices a creature, and then you create a food token for each creature sacrificed this way. It's not terrible, it's just it costs 6 for a 4/4. I mean, again, it's not terrible, but it wouldn't be my first choice in most decks, probably. Ooh, that's a new one for me. Shadow Summoning. Create 2 tapped 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. Nice. That is good. Rising of the Day is good. Creatures you control have haste. Legendary creatures get +1/+1. Shadowfax! Lord of the Horses! Okay, Lord of the Rings is just totally obliterated Foundations. I mean, this might probably be the most valuable card in terms of finances. Maybe Mithril Coat has it beat. I'm betting probably this one is going to be the one that's worth the most money. But I mean, this pack is just on fire. Horses you control have haste. Whenever Shadowfax Lord of Horses attacks, you may put a creature card with lesser power from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. I really want to build a fun horse deck at some point, and this was the commander I needed. I don't really have a lot of horses right now, but ideally I would build like a horses and unicorns deck probably, because I don't think I have enough horse cards, like I say, but I do have plenty of unicorns that could match that. Anyways, I'm still really stoked that we pulled that. That was a huge hit. Haunt of the Dead Marshes. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1, pay 2 and a black, return this thing from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, but only if you control a legendary creature. It's not horrible, it's not fantastic. But I mean, we can't really complain when we pulled all that stuff already. Gotta move this one down. Because these are definitely all the really good ones right there. These are not terrible, but they're not fantastic. Chance Met Elves, 2 and a green. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. This only happens once she's turned mode. Yeah. Elven Farsight. Scry 3, then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, you draw a card. That's interesting. It only costs 1 green to put into play. Or to play it. It's a sorcery, but still. And a swamp. Alright. I mean, you can try to argue in the comments if you really, really want to, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that there is one pack that showed up today and owned the zone. And there's another pack that put out an okay effort and tossed out a couple of really cool cards for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, these two cards are definitely better than probably at least half this pile. But there's just way too much in this pile. And after these two cards, it's basically just this angel. The rest of these could probably be almost mid cards, essentially. Yeah, they really probably should be mid cards. These are the 3 real hits. But I mean, up here, what would I put down from there? I don't think I'd put anything down other than the shadow summoning, which is clearly not really a huge hit by any means, but the rest of them are solid, solid cards. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of New Threat versus Old Sack. Give you guys over to Kyla. Let him sign us off. Hope you guys have a great day. Really, Daddy? You made me do this again. Ugh. I better get some livers after this. I mean, some good livers, like lots of them. And cheese. I want cheese too. Alright, humans. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and that you tune in to the videos this weekend and that you always remember to tell Daddy how much you love me. And it's not Daddy that you're here for, it's for me because I'm the bestest. And join our Discord and like all the stuff and do the subscribing thing. And yeah, thank you guys. Okay, I think I got it. Much love to you all from me and Daddy to you. Take care. And I will see you guys in the videos on the weekend. Oh yeah, and in the video of tomorrow that Daddy's gonna make. Yeah, you guys will see a really good video of me tomorrow. Okay.